Hello world, this is Dirty Harry here doing a video on my new favorite group, the Core. Thanks to all you guys for being my own personal shrinks in this cruel world. But let me get to the core. First off, I really like this group. Like a lot. Primarily because Wade Barrett is the reason I'm watching wrestling again. Like I had a hiatus. Like I exiled myself from wrestling a hot minute ago, and basically I get a link sent to me about Cena finally gets his ass whooped. Watch this, and I look at it, and it's when Nexus basically invaded Raw, and they fucking just beat the shit out of Cena. They fucking choked dude out with the tie and spit on Cena and all this shit. I was like, oh shit. They tore the ring in half, and I started watching it again because Nexus and Wade Barrett. And then when he got kicked out the group, like I was like, was it 5 minutes away from about to buy a Nexus T-shirt and shit. He gets kicked out, so I'm just kind of like, what the fuck are you guys doing, you know? But now that they got the core together, it's just like 10 times better than what the Nexus was, because Nexus was basically, yeah, Wade Barrett, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, and Otunga, and everybody else was basically a bunch of scrubs in my opinion, because they didn't really do much, you know. Otunga was basically, you know. But anyway, that I'll do it next video if y'all want to hear about the next. I think I already did one anyway. But the core group's got so much good potential in it. I mean, Justin Gabriel, when he fought Edge this Friday night, it was probably the match of the night. I mean, we've all seen R-Truth versus Alberto Del Rio 10,000 fucking times, so it was good to see Justin Gabriel in the main event. And it was actually a pretty good match. Like, the only thing I didn't like about the match was when Ezekiel Jackson came at the end and did like a real weak version of the clothesline from hell. I guess that's what he's using as his finisher now or whatever. He basically just sticks his arm out like so and just runs, and a person just happens to run into his arm and fall out. And I'm just kind of like, you know, when JBL did the shit, he would wind that bitch up, bah, knock the motherfucker out, you know. So it looked powerful, but you know, Ezekiel Jackson, he's just holding it out and running into people with the shit. So I think that they can improve with how powerful that move looks. I mean, because I guess they're building him up to be this powerhouse, because he's just basically hitting motherfuckers one time and they're going down. Like, he hit Big Show with the shit and Big Show was out, and he hit Edge with the shit, and that's all Justin Gabriel needed to win. So please, WWE, y'all got someone to watch this video monitoring this shit. Make that move look more powerful, because it don't look like shit right now. He's just holding it out there and people just running into it. I will wind up and knock a motherfucker out with that shit. So we could actually believe he's knocking motherfuckers out. He's already big, so he ain't really got to swing like that. He just got to make it look stronger, you know? Or give him a spine buster or some shit, you know? I mean, really. What else was I gonna say? So that's Ezekiel Jackson, basically. Also, his mic skills have improved. He's probably the weakest guy on the mic right now for the core. It's just his promo that he cut. It sounded more like it was scripted and forced to me, you know. Like, he was using all these huge words. Like, you know, when you talking and shit, you don't use, you know, huge words like that when you're just talking to someone. So it felt scripted to me, even though it probably is. But they could do a better job with that. I just think the more he talks on the mic, probably at some house shows or something, the more better he'll get at it. Barrett is still the leader on the mic out of all of them. He's the best guy on the mic for the core. Justin Gabriel was good on the mic. I was actually impressed with Justin Gabriel because I've never really heard him on the mic, and I heard him. He was like, wow, he's probably the second best guy on the mic. And his match with Edge was good. I've literally watched the match like 4 times just to analyze why it didn't stand out more to me, and it's because of the clothesline from hell Zeke gave to Edge at the end. But other than that, it was a good match. What else? Justin Gabriel's got the moves. That 450 is it's vicious. So he's probably the second guy up on the core, even though they're trying to push Ezekiel Jackson. That's probably the strongest member, other than Barrett. But also Heath Slater. He sounded like Elmer Fudd on the mic. Actually, he had like the southern accent mixed with a lisp or some shit. He sounded like Elmer Fudd on the mic to me. So I was actually waiting for the crowd to start chanting that Wendy's girl chant, because that's what he looked like. He looked like a mix between Carrot Top and a Wendy's girl. So I was waiting for that, but it never happened. And actually, if you actually listen to it, the crowd was cheering. Like half of them were cheering for Justin Gabriel when he got on the mic. So Justin Gabriel is pretty much a favorite for the Nexus, probably because of his aerial style. It's hard for fans to accept a high flyer as a bad guy most of the time anyway. So, which is why it was so hard for Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles to go heel in TNA. Like people still cheer Hardy, and people are always gonna cheer AJ Styles just because AJ Styles is a fucking badass. So, let me see. That's basically it with the core. I'm really looking forward to seeing. I could talk about Wade Barrett all fucking day. That dude's the real fucking deal. I think it just be he needs some classic matches under his belt. You know, all of his matches they've been good, but they aren't like classics like HBK and Benoit quality matches. All he needs is some classic matches under his belt, and I'm sure that people will work more over to his side as seeing him as like a real good wrestler. But then again, you don't need classic matches to be a good wrestler. I mean, look at Cena. For the last 2, 3 fucking years, he's just been doing 5 moves and people love him. He's the poster child for the fucking company for whatever reason, when it should be Orton or it should have been Batista. So the core, I'm really looking forward to what they do. Basically, if you take the core out of SmackDown, it would be shit right now. If you just took the whole core storyline and removed it from the whole show, SmackDown would be ass right now. So everybody's saying they hate the core, but then they want to post a video saying, "Well, I loved SmackDown." Just think about that, really. You hate the core, but you love SmackDown. SmackDown would be ass without the core right now. You go on Bleacher Report, even on YouTube, that's all everyone's talking about is the core. So that's all I've got.